What is up, Phenom fam? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick channel update. It's the beginning of 2019. I know we just did one of these at like the middle of November, but I'm excited because there's a bunch of stuff that I've been working on that I want to let you guys know about, and I am super excited to be able to share with you what I've been working on for the past couple of months here in this video today. So I have 4 announcements in this video, and I'm going to have a 5th one that's going to be its own separate video talking about, Extra Life 2019. That'll be linked down in the description down below. But in this video, like I said, we're talking about 4 major announcements for the channel for 2019, and I'm super excited to share them with you. But first, I just want to talk about the WWE series real quick. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere, it's not changing. But I just wanted to reiterate myself. I know I've said this in a couple of videos recently, but basically, I'm sure you guys have heard it before. You know, our work schedule was crazy over the holidays, and we just didn't have time to really record almost anything during the holiday season. So we apologize for that, but now that the holidays are over and our work schedules are back at a more normal pace, we will be able to get together and record on a more regular basis. So uploads for the WWE series will start to pick back up, back to a more regular pace. And another thing is, regardless of the things that we announce here today, the WWE videos are not going anywhere. They're not going to be shoved off to the side to make room for, to upload these videos. These things that I'm announcing today are new series, new shows, new things in addition to the WWE series to kind of round out our content, to just give more content in general, but to also bring some variety to the content as well. So if you guys like the WWE series, you can stay subscribed for that. You can check out the other things if you want. You don't have to. I would appreciate it if you do. But like I said, the WWE videos are still going to be coming out as soon as we can get them out, and they're not going to get, ignored or anything for these new series and whatnot. So with that being said, let's start talking about those new series, because I'm so excited to finally bring them to you guys. The first 2, I'm going to talk about these as a pair, because they are 2 new podcasts that we are bringing to you guys. It's going to be myself co-hosting with my buddy JP, and if you guys don't know him, you'll get to know him over the course of these shows. But he was here with us during the Extra Life live stream. I think he was here with us a total of 13 hours or something like that, something insane. But the first podcast, myself and JP are going to be co-hosting, is going to be the HexxedPhenom show. It's a conversational podcast. It's basically just going to be me and JP just kind of talking about whatever we want. We're going to bring just random topics of discussion to the podcast every week. One day maybe we could just be talking about music. One day we might talk about video games a little bit. We might talk about just random concert memories, just random things like that, just random stuff. And that is the HexxedPhenom show. And I have to give a shout out to Bree for coming up with that one, coming up with the HexxedPhenom part of the title at least. And another shout out to JP and Bree for the background art for the 2 podcasts. I did the logos myself in Adobe Illustrator, and the background art was collaborations between them. So I will leave their social medias and stuff down in the description down below. They are both aspiring artists, so if you could go check them out, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so that's the HexxedPhenom show. The next podcast we got coming up real soon is a gaming podcast called Pizza and Pixels. And I am super excited about this one. This is, as far as I know, a pretty original idea. So, me and JP were throwing around ideas for the podcast. JP said to me, he goes, how cool would it be if we did a podcast where we ordered pizza and then ate pizza and talked about games? And I was like, well, while I would never deny the chance to order a pizza, I have to tell you, I don't think people want to hear us chomping on pizza and talking with our mouths full about video games. Or about anything for that matter, really. And he's like, you know what, you're not wrong. And I was like, but this concept is interesting. So what can we do to make it work? And so the concept that we came up with, and we're going to roll with it for the first couple episodes, see how it goes. If we need to change something, we will. But the concept right now is we open the podcast with, the intro, we'll introduce ourselves, the whole intro rigmarole. And then we, on the podcast, order a pizza from just a local place. And then we just talk about video games until the pizza shows up. Then once the pizza shows up, we'll, kind of wrap up our conversation. It's not going to just immediately end and be like, okay, pizza's here, bye guys. But it'll be like, we'll go grab the pizza, we'll come back, we'll set it off to the side, finish it, wrap up whatever conversation we were having. And then, no pun intended, we'll have like some sort of cheesy outro that has to do with pizza or something. Something cheesy at the end, because I think it'll be funny. But, yeah. So, that's the lowdown on the HPJP show and Pizza and Pixels, and I'm super, super excited to bring you both of those podcasts sometime within the next couple of months. We're working on recording the first episodes. We're also working on I'm working on graphics packages as well as possibly intro songs for both podcasts. I'll let you know I'll let you guys know how that goes, but I'm hoping to get everything that I talk about today in this video off the ground before the beginning of March is like my goal, to have at least an episode or two of each of these shows published by the beginning of March. So, speaking of which, the next show is a gaming related show, and it is called Retro Redux. This one also co-hosted by myself and JP. It's going to be us playing retro games. And obviously we're open to having guests on all three of these shows. This one isn't really a podcast, but we're open to having guests. We're going to stick with just, friends of ours in real life, just to keep it simple for now. But Retro Redux is us, of course, myself, JP, and any guests that we have, playing retro games. And now we're kind of stretching the word retro to kind of fit what we're trying to do with this. So for this series specifically, we're using the word retro very loosely. And so we're basically considering retro as anything before the current console generation. So PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, that stuff is out. But, we're probably going to be starting mostly with PS3, PS2, PS1 games. Maybe even some Wii, GameCube, N64, stuff like that. That's going to be what we're mainly going to stick with for now, just because that kind of is the only thing I can do right now with my current capture setup. If I can find a better way to capture anything older, like Super Nintendo, Genesis, Atari, stuff like that, then maybe we could transition into that a little bit. But as for right now, my recording setup kind of only allows me to do some of the more current retro things. But, yeah. So, the series is going to be both live streams and more like edited videos. The live streams are going to be preserved for if we are doing a like full playthrough, like full completion playthrough of a game. And then the more edited, like trimmed down videos is going to be more like highlight reels of just like funny moments and stuff like that of just games that we maybe only play for like 30 or 40 minutes at a time, but that we're not going to end up actually finishing. It's just playing it just for, just for fun, really. So that's how we're going to segment that off. And then the last thing is the last announcement. Not as exciting, but just generally, I would like to live stream more during the year. I mean, separate from Retro Redux, because we're going to be doing quite a few Retro Redux streams throughout the year, I'm sure. But just on my own, just have chill streams every now and then. When I'm not super busy and I have a couple hours to sit down and game, maybe I'll just pop on, YouTube, maybe play some Blackout, maybe play some, I don't know, Dirt 4, maybe some Forza Horizon 4. I'm going to be getting a Nintendo Switch sometime soon, so maybe some Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, just anything really. Just if I have time to sit down to play games for a couple hours, maybe I'll pop on and just play whatever I want, really. So, I don't really have a schedule for streaming, and I don't really plan on having one. I know that is kind of horrible for you guys that want to know when I'll be streaming. But I'd say just the best way to know is to just hit the notification bell, and that'll notify you whenever we go live and whenever we upload a new video, assuming YouTube is working correctly that day. But, yeah. So, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm making a separate video announcing the date and time and all the other information you need about Extra Life 2019. That'll be linked down in the description down below. And guys, if you are ready to see where this channel leads into 2019, because I know I'm excited, I know JP is excited to be coming on and doing a bunch of stuff with us, and I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to see what these podcasts and other shows are once they come to fruition. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to pack a punch that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Have a phenomenal day. And guys, Phenom, out.